You know that lovely, eerie silence on New Year's morning? Before the kettle goes on, when the house feels like it's holding its breath. It's the only time of year the kitchen feels like a blank canvas. Most of us stand there, don't we? Thinking, this is it. This year, I'll be the person who meditates and keeps the surfaces clear. But then, Tuesday hits. The school bags explode in the hallway, the post starts piling up by the toaster, and that new me disappears under a mountain of life. I spent all last week looking at a client's drop zone, that bit by the front door where everything dies. And it hit me why most of our January promises fail. It isn't that we're lazy. It's that we're trying to act like we live in a hotel when we actually live in a family home. Most resolutions are like trying to fit a king-size mattress into a box room. It doesn't matter how much you want it to fit. The architecture is against you. I've seen it 100 times. A mum tells me she wants calm mornings, but her wardrobe is designed so she has to move 3 things just to find a cardigan. She thinks she needs to be more organized, but what she really needs is a better design. Every morning, she's asking her brain to make 20 tiny negotiations with the space before she's even had a coffee. No wonder she's exhausted by February. In my eyes, the new year shouldn't be a fresh start to try harder. It's an opportunity to stop living around our rooms, and instead, start building our rooms around us. I say, let the house carry a bit of the load for once.
I've spent the better part of my life around buildings. Old ones mostly. And the thing about an old house is that it was designed by people who actually intended to live in it. The doors have a proper weight when they close. The grounds have a deliberate fall toward the drainage. The storage isn't an afterthought. It's built right into the masonry, exactly where your hand naturally reaches for it. You don't see that much in modern builds. They're shells lacking structure. So, when people tell me they want to be more organized or more disciplined this year, I tell them the truth. Put your house in order first. Motivation on its own is not enough. You need some built-in setups that's engineered for your day-to-day life. Trying to change your life while your house is working against you is a fool's errand. And here we go. First, stop negotiating. This means you shouldn't have to constantly make decisions about where things go. If you walk through the front door and find yourself hovering because there's nowhere to put your keys, the system has already failed you. There should be a drop zone, proper storage for keys, shoes, and coats the second you walk in. No ifs, no buts. Second, respect the sequence. We go through life in a set order. You come in, you have a wash, and then you go to the kitchen to put the kettle on. If the utility room is on that path, you'll bring the laundry with you without thinking. If it's tucked away in a corner at the back of the house, you won't do it when you're tired. Third, 0-point storage. This is the path of least effort. Storage should be built in exactly where the task happens. A tool should be right where your hand naturally reaches. If you have to dig through a cluttered drawer just to find a screwdriver, you'll never put it back properly. Once you've laid the groundwork, the habits will build themselves on top. You can resolve to be more organized, but you can't magic yourself into a different person than you were in December. Real change is a solid structure you build now, so that by March, you're just part of the furniture.
Right, let's be real. We've all just come off the back of December, the absolute final boss of spending. Our bank accounts are looking a bit thin, and everyone's panicked, making these massive, complicated resolutions to never spend again. Look, those resolutions tank by the first weekend because of decision fatigue. Your brain has a battery, and every time you are out here debating, should I buy this coffee? You're draining 1%. By 5 p.m. on a Friday, your battery is at 0%, and that's when you default. You stop thinking, you lose your edge, and you just tap the card. To beat this, you need choice architecture. That's just rigging your environment, so the smart move is the easy move. It's about building a system, so the big decisions are already made before your battery dies. Don't rely on willpower. Just design the game so you can't lose. Step 1. The no-look transfer. Thinking about building a drop zone for your keys. Your bank needs one too. Set up a standing order for the day you get paid. Drop your savings in there before you even see the balance. If the money isn't in your main account, you won't see it, which means you don't have to decide not to spend it. It's already gone. Step 2. Friction is your friend. Can't stop binge shopping online? Delete the shopping apps. Unsave your card details. If you have to actually get up and find your wallet to complete the payment, you've added friction. In economics, you're essentially raising the transaction cost of a bad habit. That 30-second delay is a circuit breaker for your brain. It forces a pattern interrupt, moving you from an impulsive, hot state back into a cold state where your logic can actually breathe. By the time you've found your wallet, your brain battery has usually flickered back on enough to realize you don't need the item. You were just bored. Step 3. The guilt-free bucket. Every time you get paid, cover your bills and your savings first. Whatever is left is in your guilt-free bucket. No math, no stress. You aren't negotiating with your future anymore because you've already paid that guy. Stop fighting yourself. If you set the groundwork for your choice architecture in January, the rest of the year runs on autopilot. In economics, we call this pre-commitment strategy. You're making a rational decision now to prevent an impulsive one later. Don't try to be a different person, just build a better plan for your money.